And now part 2 of the Clockwork Tower. Do you guys want a short rest?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, short rest would be fantastic.
I don't really need to rest.
Yeah, I'm only down about 5 hit points, but I may as well heal them up.
Our beloved and benevolent, I might add, DM, Emily. When I'm short resting, that takes an hour, right?
Yep.
I'm doing my Song of Rest.
Okay. And I can do light activity during that hour.
Meaning what? What kind of activity are you wanting to lightly do?
Killing bad guys, no.
You did that on this floor.
Yeah. Would I be able to spend a bit of time investigating this sphere that has some electricity going on with it during that hour? Just in case there's anything that might stand out during the hour, I think I'd like to be over by it, and I'm a little bit suspicious of what its deal is.
It's a sphere. Yeah, give me let me find it. Hold on.
I also have a question about my Song of Rest.
Give me an Arcana check.
That's charisma, right?
Intelligence.
I know, I'm just kidding.
Hey, you should know that.
I want it to be charisma. I know it's not.
Raj, do you think you can handle that?
Yes. You certainly can help if you want to.
Do you not just want to enjoy Pamela's wondrous melodies?
Well...
Oh, it sounds so beautiful. Pamela, you're so talented.
Does Pamela have to play for the whole hour? It doesn't really say in the Song of Rest.
Elena does not have to play for a whole hour.
Well, I mean...
Or at all, really.
So my Arcana check was a 2.
What languages do you speak?
A 2 is lower than what you rolled.
This is awkward.
You didn't pick languages out?
I think I may have forgot to do that.
I speak Goblin. Do I say anything to you, Jacques?
I mean, I know we're bouncing around. So this is all happening during the short rest? Fulgerin's looking at this thing during the short rest?
Falzarin is not here.
Oh. Oh, that is so funny. That was so natural. Okay, so Drudge is looking at this in a short rest. Well, okay, I'll kind of be up with them too and seeing what he finds then, if we can do that during a short rest. But, so what does your Song of Rest do, Pam?
My Song of Rest is soothing music to help revitalize wounded allies during a short rest. If you or any friendly creatures who can hear your performance, they regain... Oh, hold on. So you have to be using hit dice to regain health in order for my Song of Rest to give you an extra d6.
Oh, nice. That's what I did.
That's important.
So I was choosing not to short rest because I only have 2 hit points down. But I'd have to spend a hit dice in order to even get the extra d6. So it's just kind of silly.
Yeah, but they could still do it.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
Well, are we going to resolve the sphere stuff before we actually roll our hit points? Like, what if something weird happens?
It's fine. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll spend some then for sure.
He rolled a 2. You're fine.
To answer your question about my languages, I get those. This is a dumb question, but my languages primarily come from my race, not my class, right?
And your background.
Okay.
I think. It's from the background, right?
Sometimes. Usually
do any
race.
of you guys know what page backgrounds are on?
Well, I can cut you short because if it sounds like if it's not like inaudible because of its volume, but it sounds like it's something. It's just a language that I do not understand. Then I'm just gonna cast comprehend languages.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you hear
Are you sure
whispering, but you don't understand the language.
Oh, okay. Then I'm just gonna cast comprehend languages.
I speak common and celestial from being an Aasimar.
So I would say you probably... It's like someone that speaks Portuguese trying to listen to Italian. It has the same kind of sounds, but you still don't understand it.
Or Portuguese and Spanish?
I think Spanish is too close.
Okay.
Okay, well then for 1 hour, For the duration, I understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that I hear. I also understand any written language that I see, but I must be touching the surface on which the words are written. It takes about 1 minute to read 1 page of text, blah, blah, blah. The spell does not decode secret messages in a text or a glyph, such as an arcane sigil, that isn't part of a written language. So I can't speak whatever this language is, but I can understand the meaning of what I'm hearing, at least.
So what you hear is, "Help me. I am trapped in here. If you help me escape, I will reward you."
Sacre bleu! There is someone trapped in here!
What?
We must free them!
That's what we heard?
I can understand! She says she is trapped! And she will give us things if we let her out!
Are you guys done resting yet?
I'm still resting. Trapped in the ball.
That is what she says. It did sound like a female voice. So I just
You
kind
can't
of...
tell. It sounds like air, actually. It just sounds like wind blowing.
That is what the voice said.
So Pam starts playing songs and singing in Goblin. She's like playing Say My Name by Destiny's Child.
McRibbon is up against the wall, leaning against the wall with his eyes closed. And every once in a while he sort of peeks out of one eye just to see if everybody's still around and see what they're doing.
Well, I'm just jamming.
Okay.
Jacques, give me an Arcana check.
That is a 4.
You have no idea how to get this thing out of the sphere.
Ah, see, Drudge, I told you I am twice as good, no?
Do you want me to try to figure it out, guys? Arcana is like easy peasy.
You don't know that it's an Arcana check.
I know things, okay? I know things. You poor boys. Here, let me help you. That's a 7. It's better than you guys.
Nope, you still have no clue what's in the sphere or how to get it out.
Okay, so during the short rest I'm rolling, I get D10 hit dice, 1 per level, so 3, right?
Do you want to use all of them?
Plus your con, you can roll them one at a time to see when you want to stop.
You can also roll my D6 right away, too.
Yeah. Plus 1d6.
Oh, you did the D6.
I did the Song of Rest. Yeah, I was singing, James Blunt and Goblin. You guys don't know what I'm singing, but Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, what all the cool kids listen to.
Pretty sure you only have to do one song.
No, it's an hour of songs.
It's a whole
It's a mix
set
of the
list,
different ones.
It's a mashup. Pam's got the mashups for days.
I don't suppose I could have comprehended languages before I started short resting. Which is I would have done it, but just because I can arcane recovery that slot back during a short rest, that's all.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Okay, thank you. I'll remember that for for Ghost.
When we're back in Aspara.
Yeah, for back in Aspara.
Okay, so I've rolled 2 of my hit dice plus the one that Pam gave me.
Excuse me, who gave it to you?
Pam!
Plus your Constitution modifier.
Yeah.
Plus you should get your con per die, I do believe.
Yeah,
Yes.
you do.
Yeah, that's what I did. So I've recovered a total of 12. I think I'm going to stop there and save 1.
So what are you at now?
20.
I rolled 1 with the plus 6. I'm back to 28.
Jacques, what do you got?
Oh, I'm at 33. I'm full.
And Pam?
25 out of 27.
Just so I can be aware if I'm about to kill you guys or something.
Do you think... this is a one-shot. I should probably use all my hit dice during this long rest. Shouldn't I?
It's up to you.
Yeah.
I'm choosing not to use any, bro.
I feel like M's monsters aren't fluffy. So I want to be prepared.
No, there's no fur on any of them. Nope.
They're not furries either?
Nope. So are you guys just going to give up on the sphere then?
Well, I think we should probably just wait out this hour and then just, wait until we're all actually just up and then deal with it.
So is the short rest over?
I don't know. Is it over?
I mean, okay. So I think after I feel that a time has passed, I stand up, and where's everybody standing out here?
I think we're all over by the orb.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Well, if you were interacting with it, then yes, you're over by the orb.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're failing at figuring
Sure, but
it
I'm not
out.
sitting there for an hour interacting with this orb. I've heard the voice, couldn't figure out what the hell it is, and then I'm going to sit and rest, probably with McRibbon.
Yeah, and you told us that it's asking for our help and that it's trapped.
Yeah.
And there's a handsome reward.
I said stuff, yes, but...
Emphasis my own. My new total my new total hit points are 28. In case you want to keep track of it, Em.
That's what I got. So I guess I would stand up when I feel better, and I would walk over by the orb, and I'm going to just look at it, sort of walk around it a little bit, and I'll say, "Where's this captured individual?"
The sphere sparkles a little bit. It's staticky.
Ooh, it
Show yourself.
understands common.
That's all you get. A little bit of sparkliness. Are you touching it?
Nope, I'm just looking. I'm investigating to see if I see anything that looks like something that's trapped inside of it, as I was told.
How close are you?
5 feet. Oh, let me move my guy. I'm basically walking over to it and walking around it.
So you can hear a little bit of whispering. It sounds just like wind blowing. You can tell it's language, but you can't understand it.
McRibby, do you have any dynamite? Who has dynamite? Let's blow it up.
Drudge has dynamite.
Want to light your
We're
dynamite?
not here to destroy the clock, but if someone is captured, they should be released.
Yeah, but how are you going to do it without blowing it up?
I agree.
Oui, use the second boom boom stick, no?
We need to help this captured thing.
Can I just point out that if you have an enclosed container and you throw dynamite at it to blow it up, the container's not the only thing that's going to blow up.
No,
Yeah.
the creature has total cover inside of it, obviously. Come on. Don't
Well,
be
how do you guys think we get into this thing? I don't know how to get into it. I don't want to hurt anybody.
Can we kind of tell like the material that it's made from? Kind of just looking at it, like.
Brass, just metal sphere. brass
Oh,
metal.
okay.
Is there a
Oh,
lock?
shit. Crap.
No, it's just a solid sphere.
There's no lock.
Nope. There is a crankshaft coming out of it. It's all sparkly, staticky, brass sphere.
I must say, I am quite curious what this is powering, as the clock hands they are not moving. Perhaps we go upstairs before we deal with this, no? Let's see what contraption is being powered.
Maybe going upstairs will fix it. I don't know.
I turn around, walk to the stairs.
And just to remind you, these stairs are covered in rubble.
Oh, golly gee, how are we going to get up these stairs, you guys?
They're not impassable, but you definitely will make noise.
Right. I kind of point to the shaft going up to the level as I, am I the only one that can fit up this thing?
Yes.
Can I
Could we
can
clear
I
it?
pick him up and from where I am with where the rubble is stand and push him up into an area he could grab onto and move past the rubble?
Jacques, would you allow that?
Oui, I am curious to see what is on the second level.
Jacques, be careful.
I'm just curious if I could.
Yeah, the rubble's just on the bottom. So yeah,
Jacques.
Come here, Jock. I will place you.
it's on the bottom of the is a spiral staircase that's enclosed. So once you get past the first, 5-6 feet, then it kind of there's not as much rubble and you can scamper up.
I can lift you up to go to the second floor.
Oui.
Jacques.
Throw away.
I pick him up, sort of by the back of the belt, and lift him up, and see if he can grab on.
Give me a strength check.
Like I'm trying to pull myself up.
Yeah.
That is a 9.
Well, your hands are a little slippery because you're a little nervous about this, but you just managed to pull yourself up.
Ooh. Jacques, pay no attention to the fumble. Jacques Mathieu does not get nervous. No.
Well, what are we supposed to do down here, Jacques?
Find out what's upstairs.
Okay. Babala, do not make any more noise. Huh? I must be quiet. I must be sneaky.
Just want to point out it's a little late for that.
Is it going to make a lot of noise if we try to clear any of this rubble, or can we try to do it quietly
You can try.
so that we could go up the stairs?
Yeah, try and clear out some of that rubble and make it past there.
We were doing it
Give me
before.
a stealth check. Give me a sneaky check.
All of us?
Yeah.
Okay. 16. For Pam!
15.
14 for Drudge.
So Pam and McRibbon both make it up the stairs after Jacques, and then Drudge comes blundering after them and makes lots of noise.
Oh no.
All right.
Drudge!
Well, I'm sorry. I try to be very quiet. It does not work.
The cat is out of the bag now. You may as well play us another song.
If you want, I can. Got a big set list.
So what do we see? We up on the second floor?
If y'all stop talking, I'll tell you. You walk up this spiral staircase, and you see a long, skinny room is about 25 feet deep and runs the entire length of the tower. It's cleaner up here. It's not as dusty, but there's a strong, oily, mechanical smell. There are 2 workbenches that have various tools strewn about, and on the walls are 4 gears. 3 of them are pristine, and 1 looks somewhat damaged. Like someone had replaced one of the working gears and hung the damaged one back up on the wall. There's the 2 benches. The one bench on the far wall has some papers laid out on top of it. The corners of them are weighted down with tools. The other bench just has some workman tools on it. There's a doorway in the middle of the wall, and you can hear whirring and grinding of more gears through there.
So how large are these gears up here that are leaning? Are they smaller than the ones that were down below?
They are about the same size.
Oh, okay, so they're big.
Big boys.
Now, perhaps none of you will entice one of these clockwork monstrosities to attack you in this time, no? Maybe then we'll be fine.
Yes, I will try my best.
Shh, we need to be sneaky.
Oh,
So Pam's leading the way here?
Oh, gee, I guess, yeah.
What are you guys gonna do?
Well, there's nothing on these desks.
yeah, I'd
I
like to
was
take a
gonna
look at
say.
the papers.
Dang it, guys, that's what I was gonna do. I go over to the closest one.
The closest desk just has some tools on it. They are neatly arranged and laid out. There's no dust on top of this workbench.
Jacques, there's no dust. Someone might be up here.
Perhaps the maid just has not gotten down to the first floor, huh?
So I'm going to stand in the door looking out. What do I... You said we heard the sounds of machinery.
Yes.
Do I see things...
So, standing in the doorway looking into the other room, you see a gigantic room that takes up the rest of the tower. The ceiling is 30 feet high. You see 5 big gears, like downstairs, but they're all turning at different speeds. Well, those gears are turning about the same speed. There's a bigger gear in the middle turning at a different speed, and 3 smaller gears that are turning faster. There's a shaft going from the biggest gear to the actual clock face that's obviously would be turning the hands of the clock, which makes you wonder what the gears downstairs are for.
Really?
The gears take up the entire width of the tower. There's no way to get easily from this side to the other side.
Without, like, climbing over top of them?
Right. Going over top or trying to dash through somehow. There's down in the lower left, so that would be... I don't remember which direction that would be. Lower left of the map. There is a table that is covered, and on top of this table is a metal cylindrical device that sparks occasionally. On the eastern wall, so this is east, That would be the southwest corner that the table's in. On the eastern wall is that window that you can see from outside. It's very grimy and very little light coming through.
So that window is the one that everybody's been seeing the blue lights through?
I think mainly it doesn't say specifically in the book, but I think mainly it's becoming through the actual face of the clock, because that window says it's grimy and you can barely any light coming through. So I don't know where the blue light's being seen.
And remind me, the clock face is on the south wall.
It's the gear that you see in the very bottom.
Yeah, the bottom of the map.
Yeah.
That is actually north if the window's on the east.
What?
That would be
Right?
south, wouldn't it?
North,
south.
Oh,
east,
for
south.
okay.
Yeah, the one big main gear has a shaft that's going straight south
Yes, to
to the
clock
wall,
hands.
where the clock hand should be. Yeah, okay.
So are we able to see like where the basically the hole around the shaft from the lower level? Like, is it kind of right in? Is that what would be connected to this very middle and the big one? Eh?
Yeah, right in the middle of the big one.
Okay.
It's right in the middle of the floor.
And there's not, I assume, not much clearance between the floor and like the bottom of these gears.
About 5 foot.
Oh, okay.
Oh, as tall as me.
They're about 5 foot up, and they're about 5 foot thick. So actually, you should have given me a athletics or acrobatics check to climb up on the one downstairs from before, which I didn't make you do.
Jacques is very acrobatic. No, he does not need to make a jack.
So what you're saying is you can't go under them, you'd have to go over them.
Most of you, yeah.
Yeah, I could go.
I mean, I could fit under them.
Well, there's 5 foot gap. We could crouch.
There's
and-
5 foot gap? I thought you meant they're 5 foot up and they're 5 foot thick, like down to the ground. You're saying they start 5 foot up and they're 5 foot thick going up from there.
So the top of
Correct.
them would be 10 feet.
10 foot up.
Yeah.
Pam's gonna go look at the other workbench.
These are huge gears.
Yeah, they're monsters.
They are huge gears.
So is this like the top floor? Did that spiral staircase continue, or
Nope, this is it.
this is it?
This is the
eh?
top
Okay.
floor.
Okay.
The tower is only 60 foot high total.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, I think I said I was interested in checking out the papers as well. Do we see writing on them that we can decipher, or
You see blueprints,
okay?
and it looks like the blueprints for the tower.
Okay.
So if you want to give me an intelligence check, I will let you decide what kind of intelligence.
What table are you at, Drudge? Because I moved over to the other one.
I would probably go to the closest one. Were there
the
papers
one
on
where-
both tables?
No, only the one where Pam is.
Okay, so then that's the one I would head to.
I kind of already left it before trying to intelligence that.
15.
Oh, good. You can tell from these blueprints that the clock has some other function, that the tower has some other function than just telling time. But you're not exactly sure what.
Drudge, what did you find, huh?
Yes, it's hard to say. These are blueprints for the tower. Jacques' accent is rubbing off on Dredge.
You're supposed to go down at the end of your sentence, not up.
Yes, I know. My voice coach just didn't spend enough time with me.
You're doing great, Bill.
Yes, these are for this tower. They seem to show that there's a different purpose other than just the clock hands.
Magical?
I
Seems to be.
think so.
What? You got all that from looking at those pieces of paper?
Ah, he is very smart, huh?
Very smart. I didn't think
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Perhaps we can find out what the purpose is for.
Do I see any on my table?
That's what's on your table is the blueprints.
I moved over to the other table. That's why I've been.
Which table
The
are
empty
both
table.
of you at?
We both
He
initially
said
went.
that. Okay, initially I went to the closest one, and you described that there's papers on there.
No.
No.
The papers, the table where Jacques is currently standing, the first workbench that you come to has tools on it, and that's it.
Oh well.
The workbench is at the end of the
for
room
crying
where
out
Pam
loud.
is currently
so it's
standing.
at the table where I was. I
Yes.
totally. Did you understand that?
Yep.
Why did you not correct me when I kept saying, "What's on my table"?
Because I said that I went to when I realized that there was only blueprints on the one table and it was the one that Pam was at. I said, well, I would have went to that table. That's what I meant. It's okay.
If it was at the table I was at, I would have done a check too.
It's okay. Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a check.
I didn't freaking know it was at the table I was at.
You can look at him too. Go ahead.
Forget it.
Pamela, it's okay if you did not know, huh? You are good at many things.
I'll find my best intelligence skill, but it ain't gonna be pretty. That makes it a 4.
A 4.
Yeah.
You think these are blueprints for this tower?
Yeah.
Maybe.
So you say occasionally I see that thing at the other end of the room spark blue?
It's sparkling, yeah.
In a blue color.
She didn't say
Just
a color.
sparking. Did I say blue? No, it's just sparking.
What do you see in the next room?
Gears and another power supply of some kind.
Are there any doggies? Any more doggies? People?
I do not see any doggies.
Oh, no clockworkies? Okay.
Let's investigate the clock face. And I walk over and see if I can grab onto the gear and somehow climb up to the top of it.
Oh, you're gonna have to give me an athletics check on that one.
20.
Natural?
No, 15 plus 5.
You make it on top. Remember, this gear is spinning,
Yep.
so every turn you're gonna move a square.
So these, they're all the same height?
Yes.
Okay, so I could ride this around and then get on another one and ride it around and just walk across this.
Every time you switch ones, you're gonna have to give me a roll. But yes.
Okay.
Make ribs. That's so dangerous.
A perception check.
10.
As you are climbing on this gear, you happen to catch out of the corner of the eye on the east side near the window is what looks like a suit of armor. It's very crudely made, with using obviously spare parts from around the tower. Kind of rubbish has been put together into an armor-ish form.
Does it look like a crappy version of what we fought downstairs?
Very, very crappy version of what you fought downstairs.
Oh no.
And does it move or do anything when I get up on top of the gear?
Nope.
Okay, then don't care about it.
Whenever it's my turn, the next action I would like to do is to move over to where McRibbon was and also kind of take a look at what he surveyed. Just see if I see the same thing. And
We're not in initiative.
okay.
Yeah, so you want to, where are you going, over next to the gear?
Yeah, I'm basically just going to go stand in the doorway and also kind of like peer out. I'm trying to be a bit cautious based on what we encountered in the last room. I don't want to...
Well, you see the armor-like rubbish pile.
Okay, I see these big gears. Do I also see the table in the bottom southwest corner with this thing
Yeah,
on
with
top of
the
it?
sparking cylindrical device. Metallic cylindrical device.
Guys. So dangerous. McRibbon.
I will be fine.
You're moving.
Jacques, look at them. This is so dangerous.
Pamela, I see them. Perhaps I shall just move underneath.
Yeah, I mean, crawling makes the most sense.
I think I'm going to do that as well.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
crawl.
would like to try to staying kind of close to where McRibbon is riding, but just kind of make my way into this room along with him as he's riding these gears.
Okay. You two see the armor over on the corner.
Did you see this, Drudge?
Yes.
This one does not react to you fucking around, to you screwing around with the gears.
McRibbon, move yourself.
Jacques, should we go look at this armor?
Pamela, I'm already underneath the gears. Why don't you go?
You're
You
already
always tell
underneath
me,
the
go here, go there. Jacques cannot
Gosh, I
listen
just
to
want
everything you
what's best
tell
for
him.
you, Jacques. I just want what's best for you. Pam walks over to inspect this armor.
Roll initiative.
Pam.
Pam! Oh no. It's not a critical fail if you can add stuff to your initiative, right?
It's not a crit. No. You
Okay.
still add to your. Yeah.
Okay. That's a 4 for Pam.
8 for Drudge.
Jacques
11.
and McRibbon.
I have a 14, but okay.
Yeah, a lot of good it does up on those gears.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, McRibbon, what you gonna do?
I'm going to assume at this point, since I'm 10 feet up on top of a gear and about 60 feet away, that I'm unaware of anything that's happening.
Probably.
So I'm just going to ride the gear again.
Why don't you give me a perception check?
Oh, that's a 18.
You notice the armor move, but that's all you know. It moved a little bit.
Okay, I'll just sort of turn and look at the armor, and I'll pull out my great axe and hold it, but still ride the gear to the next.
Ride the gear.
Yep.
Jacques.
Well, I mean, I guess I see McRibbon pull his weapon and kind of look
Give
at
me
this.
a perception check. Because you are underneath. I'll do it with a disadvantage because you're underneath the gears.
Okay. Well, you suck. 13.
I'll give you 13's enough to see him pull his weapon, but you didn't see the animated armor move.
Oh, okay. McRibbon, what do you see, huh? And I'm going to pull out both my whips. And I'll stick close to McRibbon because, I mean, I kind of assume that the threat is, near him, I guess. And that's kind of it. I'll just move forward another 5 feet to stick with the ribs.
Okay. It is the armor's turn, and it is going to raise both fists and pound on Pam.
Every time someone says "Pam," I just picture like the '60s Batman. Pam! The explosion and the
Pow!
Onomatopoeia.
Biff!
So it rolled a 12, which misses, right?
Yeah.
And then it rolled
Na 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 boo boo.
a 13.
Miss.
Still miss.
Suck it, armor.
It brings one hand down to hit you, and you just duck out of the way, and it brings its other hand down, and you duck out of the other way.
Yeah, Pam.
And it is
She does
now-
Pilates, you guys. She does Pilates.
Drudge.
Can I make a perception check to see if I noticed any of this going on? I mean, I guess I'd probably hear Jacques have yelled and pulled out his whips because I'm pretty close to him, right? But I can make a check if you want.
You're in line of sight, too.
I'm going to say, yeah, since you're still in the doorway-ish, and you haven't climbed on the gears or under the gears or
No,
anything yet.
I had intended to go kind of the same path as Jacques and go underneath the gears. I don't know if maybe I thought I said it, but maybe I didn't.
Oh, I didn't.
I'm going to say you heard the creaks of this thing moving,
Okay.
because it is a pile of rubble, essentially. So you heard the creaking and groaning of all the different pieces grinding together as it tried to hit Pam. And that's going to catch your attention.
So I look to my left and see this happening. About how far am I from Pam and this armor?
40 to the armor.
We have
Okay.
a map. You could count the squares yourself.
You're right.
One.
I'm getting older, and the squares are hard to
Two.
count from the distance that I am from the screen.
3 squares.
Okay.
Fun.
1, 2, and 3 squares. Okay. Well, I can't make it there without dashing. And I don't have anything I can do from range.
Yeah, so you may as well not do anything at all then, eh?
You don't have anything like a dagger you can throw, or a hammer, or a javelin, or...
Can you reach
Something.
me by walking?
Well, I hadn't taken any of those.
What's your speed?
My
What
speed's 30.
weapons do you have?
I have a longsword.
And that's it?
Yeah.
You would have had a dagger also.
Okay. I'll huck it.
Okay. I believe that's a D6 if you hit a dagger.
D4.
D4.
I have a
Okay.
dagger.
I mean, that's what it
Let's
does
see.
with in melee anyways. But
It needs to be between the range of 20 and 60, which
Well, yeah, you'll have to move up.
you'll
Yeah.
have to
Well,
move to be
So I move.
greater
I'm going to
than
move
20.
my max, which is 30,
Okay,
directly
so you're right
towards
there.
you two. And then I'm going to throw my dagger. I rolled a 19 to hit.
Oh,
Actually,
you hit it.
well, yeah, it would have been higher than. Anyway, fair enough. And then a D4, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
plus your strength.
Nice. Nice.
That is a 7.
Would it be plus strength or plus dex? Because it's thrown.
It's strength.
It's still strength?
Yeah. Because it is what's a dagger is
Martial?
finesse. You can choose strength or dexterity with it. So even though it's thrown, it's still using a strength.
Okay. I assume your strength is probably higher than your dex.
Yes. Yes, it is.
What was the damage on it?
So I rolled a 4 plus my strength is 3, so 7.
So the dagger leaves your hand and goes and thunks right into its chest.
Take that! Ah, ah, ah.
It doesn't seem to care that there is now a dagger sticking out of his chest. But there you go.
Ah.
Pam!
Pam,
What you gonna do, Pam?
is there any way Pam would know if this creature is undead or immune to being charmed?
I don't... I mean, it's not undead because it's not alive. It's just a pile of metal bits.
Right. I'm not asking, like, if it's intelligent. I'm just asking those two specific things.
You would know it's not undead.
Okay.
Because it's not... It was never a living thing. As far as whether you would know if it can be charmed, I don't think you would know that. Give me an intelligence check. Arcana.
Sure.
Oh.
My Arcana is 21.
You don't think charming would work.
Ah, for frig's sake. Let me take 5 minutes here. I'm not used to casting spells. Then I pick one
Hey,
and
man.
then I can't cast it.
All these times when poor old Bill and Falzern have had shade thrown at them.
Well, I'm also not familiar enough with them to know how to move on to one real quick here. Just
Yeah,
give me a minute.
It's complicated to wing it on
It's
the
fine.
fly.
Take your time.
Stupid. I was gonna put it to sleep.
No, you weren't.
Exactly.
You were gonna try to cast sleep. That was about all that was gonna happen.
Crying out loud.
Does Pam need Drudge to sing her a melody to...
Stop distracting me and maybe I could come up with something.
Thank goodness for editing, right? Guys, am I right?
Shut up.
Oh, this won't be
This,
edited. Right?
this is staying in.
All my temper tantrums do seem better in edit, I will say.
I have to do a lesser job of editing someone else's DM game,
Right.
otherwise I don't sound as good. So
Hey!
That is fair and logical.
it makes
No!
sense. It makes sense to me.
You're no longer my favorite.
It's opening band, right? The opening band sounds terrible than the headliner.
Don't help him!
I'm just saying, it's a precedent. It's already set. There's nothing you could have done about it.
Yeah,
You
it's
just
a
have to
whole
accept it.
precedent. It's out of my hands. I'm like,
Yeah, yes.
It is a reflection on your editing skills, ultimately, so do
of
what you
how
want.
how good something sounds. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're true. Yeah, you're right.
That being said, Pam is done throwing a temper tantrum about her Arcana check. I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers at first level.
What's that do?
So, I whisper a discordant melody that only one creature of my choice within range can hear, racking it with terrible pain. The target makes a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from you. The creature doesn't move into obviously dangerous ground, like into the clock gears or whatever.
Or out the window, you know.
And it only works if they're not deafened.
How
So-
does psychic damage work on this fella?
Oh, shush. Damage is damage, bro.
Okay.
I don't have anything that works on a pile of rubble, okay?
Yeah, do it. Give her.
Yeah, go for it.
I just did.
Nothing happens.
Do you
I'm
have
using my action to move away, or my movement to move away.
Opportunity attack.
Oh, for frig's sake. Can I just play a different character?
Oh, come on.
All of my spells require some level of intelligence
But-
or...
You also have spells that can benefit us, too. Like, maybe you could focus on buffing us up,
No.
right?
Mm-mm.
No? What about
I
invisibility?
don't want to.
That's fun.
On the opportunity attack, it rolled an 18.
For crying out loud.
That's a miss.
Well, I'm
I
back
know
at the
it's not.
door. I'm back at the doorway now, but how much damage?
5 points of damage.
So what'd that look like?
So she's trying to run away, and it reaches out its hand and just kind of swipes her in the shoulder and knocks her off balance for a little bit, but then she runs to the door. McRibbon.
My Pamela!
Yeah, Jock, I'm useless.
I ride around this a little bit more, and I look over to Pam and Drudge, and I point over to where that sphere, that cylindrical, sparkling thing is. I'm going to say, "Run there," and I'm going to stay on the gears. I just want you to run away. Don't try to attack it, because that's where I'm going.
Okay. Jacques?
Pamela, you do not be so hard on yourself. You are not useless. You bring Jacques great joy. And, what is Jacques going to do? I mean, Pam's not an immediate threat, and McRibbon's voice is very convincingly commanding.
A little bit sexy.
Oh, yeah. Pamela, you must listen to McRibbon. Come with me. And I will continue under these gears, just running.
Give me a athletics or acrobatics check.
Acrobatics is 11.
So, running under these gears, one clips you a little bit.
What? Where?
Just in between.
I'm
Wait,
2.5
how tall are
feet
you?
tall. I'm a goblin.
That's 2.5 feet
Low,
cushion.
damn it!
You have really long ears.
Okay.
You got
good
too
point.
close to one of the shafts
One of the
holding your
shafts?
gears up off
Okay.
the ground,
Okay.
and it just kind of tugged on you a little bit.
So I take damage, or do I get
You took
stopped?
20 points of damage.
I think it slowed you down a little. Yeah, you took
Okay.
50 points of damage for that. It slowed you down a little bit. You didn't make it as far as you thought you would.
Okay, so how far could I have made it then? Like
I'd say
half
10
speed?
Foot, 10 foot back.
I say Shaft does a lot of damage.
Oh boy.
Okay, if that's the case, it slow me down. I'll just use my action to dash as well.
Okay.
So let me make another check.
Yes.
Okay. That was a little better. That's a 16.
Okay, you make it the rest of the way that you can go.
Okay.
Because of that close call, you were more,
A little more careful.
alert to what was going on. Yes.
I wasn't prancing. I'm sorry. I was prancing and I bumped my head. Skipping. Oh, Pamela! Well, skip with me.
Now that you are over here by the table, you see 3. Can you see them?
Yeah.
3 of these little blue, very thin creatures. They're all huddled around this table, kind of tinkering with stuff. And they kind of look up at you, startled. And they say, "What? What do you want? Why are you here? What?"
I like him already.
It is the armor's turn. The armor is going to lumber.
Clunk, clunk, clunk.
That's her job.
Clunk, clunk, club. Up to Drudge. And he's going to bring his fists around and try and bash you twice. That is a 20 to hit
That hits.
for 5 damage. And, he missed with his second attack. So he brings one hand around and hits you so hard that you move, and when he tries to hit you with the other fist, he missed.
Oh.
It is now your turn, Drudge.
I don't think Drudge would flee from this foe. Flee, foe, fi, fum.
No foe fleeing?
Yeah, something like that. So Drudge is gonna just haul back with his longsword and smite him.
That might work.
So,
That's a good one. Oh, yes. Pam appreciates a good pun, you know. Moms love their puns.
it'll add 2d8 radiant damage to my attack, and it consumes one of my spell slots.
Yep. So you gotta roll to attack first.
So,
See if you even hit.
oh, that's true. Yeah, maybe let's roll to attack.
Yeah.
So a total of 8 to hit.
Swing and a miss. I don't know how you missed a shumbling mass of rubble, but you did.
It must have been that pound that he knocked me off to the side.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
Lost
You're
my
still off
balance. Yes.
And when you brought your sword around, it just kind of went right over its head.
Yeah. Kind of twisted my back a little bit. Drudge is getting older.
Yeah. Pam!
Pam is gonna run under these gears. She's 5 feet tall, but I feel like if she crawled...
Okay, so you're crawling, so you're at half speed.
Yeah. Or can she just duck her head?
If you're gonna duck your head, you're gonna definitely have to give me a roll.
What kind of roll? Can I know first before I decide?
Either athletics or acrobatics, I'll let you choose.
Yeah, you know what? She doesn't want to get caught, so she's gonna do an acrobatics check and try to duck. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Pam is like worse than Brendel, worse than Barry. Her head gets clipped by this stupid thing. Tell me my damage.
What did you roll?
What did I roll? A 2?
You rolled
Plus
a 3
4.
plus whatever your...
6 or 7.
We'll give you the benefit of the doubt that you rolled a 7.
Okay.
Because I am a nice DM.
Wow, that felt like shots fired.
So Elena's pouting works. I'll just keep it up.
So, your scarf got caught in the gears and jerked you off your feet.
Okay.
You did not, the scarf fortunately came off of you and did not choke you or anything, but it did knock you down and you take 2 damage on your little butt.
Ow! My badonkadonk! How far do I get to move? I get to move the 30 feet?
No, I would say you are
Right there?
underneath that first, you're underneath that first gear.
Okay.
And then you got knocked over.
Well, I've got some cover at least. Okay, so I moved and then Pam's pretty worried about Dredge.
I think we should consider the possibility that the problem with your last spell was that it was psychic damage.
I literally have no other damagey spells that will work
What
on a
does
pile
Hideous
of
Laughter
rubble.
do?
Hideous Laughter, they need an intelligence level of 4. Pam is going to, after losing her favorite scarf, and she's pretty ticked about that, and being knocked on her badonk, she's going to, as a bonus action, give Drudge another bardic inspiration. So he has a d6 to use at his discretion. And I only have 1 use of bardic inspiration left this long rest.
Pamela, you better save that for me, huh?
I'm trying, Jack. I just... my freaking scarf.
McRibbon.
Okay, I'm going to try to walk very quickly across the top of these gears instead of riding them. I'm going to try to do my full 30.
Okay. How many gears are you going across?
That's where I want to go to. That's 30 straight down. So it would be 2 gears.
So give me 2 rolls, either athletics or acrobatics.
15, 17.
You made it. You all made it all the way across.
Awesome. So that's my full movement, and I can't do anything else at this point. But I do see... Now do I see those creatures that Jacques sees?
Yes, you see them. There's 3 of them. They are little. They are gray. They are staticky. And they are tinkering
They're
and stuff, and they're kind of...
Staticky?
Staticky. It's sparky. Every once in a while, little lightning zaps between their ears.
Can I recognize what types of creatures these are? Have I seen anything like this before?
Give me a history check.
Let's see. That's nothing there. 14.
You think you've heard of some kind of gremlin that has to do with electricity? They like lightning. You can't remember any more detail than that.
Okay. But I'm pretty sure they are gremlins.
Some kind of gremlin. They're not overly hurtful, and maybe they can be bribed. You don't know why they're here. Maybe you should find that out. They're not malicious creatures.
Okay.
Jacques.
So are these things like smaller than me?
Yes.
Ah, bonjour, little ones! I am Jacques de Matière.
What do you want?
What are you doing here? What is this contraption? I'm gonna take like a couple steps closer. Get within like 15 feet of them. But like, I mean, I see their sparks, right? I'm kind of keep my distance a little bit. McRibbon, do you see these little ones? Look at them. Look at this machine they are working on, huh?
Gremlins.
I do not know what that is, but it seems to fit. And I'm not really gonna do anything. I'm gonna actually put my whips back onto my side, so I'm not like holding them.
Right, they're sort of protecting what they've been working on, because they think maybe you're trying to steal it from them or something, so they're just kind of huddled together, protecting what they've been tinkering with, and kind of just watching you. That's what they're doing right now.
I'm gonna yell like way over my shoulder, "Hey, Babala! Come look at these little ones! You would love them!" And
I'm trying!
That's my turn, that's it.
My scarf.
Your scarf's just riding around the gears.
Yeah.
It's hooked on the gear. Just going around in circles. The animated armor gets 2 more slams on Drudge. It rolls an 18
That's a miss.
and a 19.
A tie goes to the attacker or the defender?
Yeah, the attacker.
The attacker. Okay, so that's a hit.
With one hand, it swipes at you and you duck, and the other one comes around right into where you ducked and clobbers you.
Oh.
That is 5 damage. And it's now your turn.
All right, I'm going to try to attack him again. That is a 21 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
And I'm going to smite.
Oh, smite away.
Divine smite. The power of smite compels you. That's 19 damage.
Ooh.
Nice.
The divine smite damage is radiant damage, if that matters.
Okay. So you hit him, you bring your longsword around, and you just cleave into him, and bits of rubble fall off, but it does not fall down itself.
Okay. I like the bits of rubble part.
Are you gonna move or are you gonna stay?
Well, I'm gonna provoke an opportunity attack if I move. So I think Drudge is committed to taking this guy out. He's just gonna pursue. I think if I try and run away. So we're gonna have to deal with him. Drudge is feeling noble and that this is an evil being of some sort that needs to be vanquished.
It's a pile of rubble. I don't know how evil it could be.
Evil being that must be vanquished.
Okay. Pam.
Pam, what would Pam have to do to try to get her scarf back?
Is this like a +1 scarf or something?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
It's my lucky scarf. My son gave it to me for Mother's Day.
Aww.
I know. I
you
just
need
love
that back.
him. He'd be so mad.
Well, first I would need either acrobatics or athletics check to get to where the scarf currently is.
Okay.
And then you would have to give me a sleight of hand to be able to get the scarf without getting crushed yourself.
I mean, I think it's worth trying once.
Go for it.
Pam thinks it's worth trying once.
So give me either athletics or acrobatics to get to where it is now.
So my acrobatics is 21.
Okay,
So that's
you
good.
can
Good.
easily get to where it is.
And then I sleight of hand. That is 16.
You just managed to yank the scarf out. You left a few little fibers behind, but it's mostly intact.
Nice. I throw it on my neck, and I wrap it up a little bit tighter, like tuck it in a little bit. And
So it's more of a choking hazard.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's good.
well, I'm not gonna choke you guys.
Gotta really tighten that noose.
Yeah.
I want to continue to probably just crawl at half speed to save myself towards the other guys.
If you're crawling at half speed, I will let you just go with no check.
Okay.
Half your movement.
I'm kind of approaching the biggest center one. So, pretty slow going, but...
Yeah, you're almost halfway across the room.
And I think I won't do any other bonus actions or anything right now.
So it's now the gremlin's turn. You're going to see one. So there's this device on the table, a cylindrical device, is occasionally just kind of shooting out sparks. There's just kind of flying out from it randomly, not hitting anything, just kind of going. You see the one gremlin is going to disappear in blue light and reappear on the other side of the table, riding the spark of lightning across the table.
Fancy little creature.
Magnifique!
It's going to say to Jacques, "Who are you? What are you doing? Why are you here?"
Did you not hear me? I tell you, I am Jacques Mathieu. Surely you know my name.
McRibbon, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna jump down off the gears here and do 5. Move my full movement right by the table.
Okay, so you
and-
just step right in front of Jacques, like as if he's not even there. But.
That's right. It's easy to walk around you. It's almost like a footstool or something, really. And
I know how
so I'm
Shaft
gonna walk
feels.
around. I want to get a good look at this thing on the table. Can you describe it any better to me so I would know what kind of thing I'm looking at?
A blue-gray metal cylinder shoots orange sparks.
And does it look like that? It looks like there's a gear coming out of this table. The table that's sitting on top of it is a table, or is it a mechanical piece of
It
equipment?
is a cloth-draped table. You don't know what's under the table, and I hope you don't look because the book doesn't tell me.
Well, it looks like there's some kind of a gear
There is some
coming
kind of
out
gear
of
coming
it.
out of it. I assume this is a power device for these gears.
Okay.
Similar to what was attached to the copper orb or the brass orb downstairs. Kind of thing?
In that it's powering, it looks to be powering these gears, but other than that, I mean, it's not really that similar.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to look at the gremlins, and I'm going to assume that these are the things that are causing the sparks of blue light that everyone's seen from down below, and probably making them feel like the tower is haunted because of these sparkling lights. So I will say to the gremlin number 2 there, "You've been requested to leave this tower. I suggest you do so."
Give me a perception check, too.
16.
Okay, you notice on the floor in the very back corner behind the table, there is a pile of brass bells. They look like they might somehow belong to the clock. Like maybe that would somehow make the hands work.
Okay. So that's all I'm doing right now. I'm just asking the gremlins to politely to leave.
Jacques, what are you gonna do?
What does Jacques do? Okay. He's gonna kind of move up and around closer to the one that little like lightning teleported or whatever. I'm just gonna walk right up to him.
So you're going over top of the gear shaft coming from the table going to that first gear?
Yeah. Is it like how high off the ground is it? Like, do I gotta like kind of like scramble over it?
I would say scramble under since it's going to the top of the gear.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. I'll try to pass under it then.
Athletics.
Can I acrobats?
Yeah, sure, acrobats.
Well, that's a 7.
So with the 7, I'm gonna say this thing is probably like cranking.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just gonna clip you on the back of the head as you go under. And it's gonna give you 3 points of damage. It'll give you a little knot on the back of the head.
God, I hate this place! This goddamn place! Now I am angry! You tell me what you're doing here, ah! I'll just menacingly point at this gremlin 3 here in front of me. I'm still not going to attack him, obviously, but you listen to me, Grimo! You get the hell out of here!
Okay, animated armor is gonna slam on Drudge. 15
That one's a miss.
and 22.
That one is a hit.
So, same thing. It tries swinging at you with both hands and misses with one and hits you with the other for a whole 3 damage.
Okay.
Clips you in the shoulder.
Drudge is getting ticked off.
Well, it's good because it's Drudge's turn.
All right. I'm going to attack again with my longsword. 19 to hit.
You hit it.
and I'm going to Divine Smite it again. That's a 13 damage.
So what does this attack look like?
So I kick my longsword right up over my head, and I come straight down, just aiming for his left shoulder and trying to cleave right into his, almost underneath his neck and into the center of his chest.
And it just obliterates into all its little pieces.
Beautiful.
There is no more animated armor.
What do you say to that, Dredge?
I just smile, satisfied. You want more Dredge?
I wanted more Dredge.
Ah, yes. That is much better.
Pam!
Pam is a bit frustrated with how long crawling is taking, and she's worried Jock's gonna do something stupid. So
Oh, he already has.
Surely you heard him yelling.
yeah, she's like trying to watch out for her little kiddo. So she stands up and tries to dash over to the two of them to make it through this whole long gear that's in front of her.
Okay.
Ducking
Give
her
me a
head.
roll.
What was I adding to it?
Either athletics or acrobatics, whichever is better.
Yeah, Pam is in trouble. She rolled a 9.
I don't have to attack you guys. You guys are attacking yourselves.
She rolled a 9.
Okay, that same scarf. You didn't.
No, I
tuck
tucked
in.
it. I swear I
You
did.
didn't tuck it tight enough. A little bit of it came loose. Got caught in the gears. Yanked you back. Let's see. And you tied it tighter, so it's gonna like choke you a little bit.
No, it's not. It's not. I swear.
It's gonna choke you and drag you a little bit before you fall loose again, and the scarf is ripped now.
Uh-oh.
And you are gonna take a D8 of damage.
Rip.
Literally.
Oh shit.
You rolled an 8?
I rolled a 2.
Oh, that's good. What? Why
Yeah,
is
you're
that
lucky.
bad?
No, you're lucky. I was laughing because of how lucky you are.
That's me.
Because it ripped at just the right time. It was just starting to get tight on your neck, and the scarf ripped, and you fell loose. But you essentially have 2 scarves now. 2 short scarves.
It's a scarf of multiplication.
I was gonna say, do those short scarves do a d6 in damage each?
Like how far? I didn't move yet. Do I get 60 feet or no? I don't.
I would say you made it probably 40 feet, got drugged back 10, so you made it 30 feet.
30 feet is out on the other side of the gear. Barely.
Okay, well then, whatever. Yeah, you go back 5 feet, and that's where you made it.
I'm still under the gear.
You almost made it out.
Mr. Gremlin number 3 is within 30 feet. Would I know if these little... Can I see the gremlin people from being on the ground now where I got knocked on my badonk?
Yeah, you can see him. You can see one of them.
Would I know if Mr. Gremlin 3, or whatever one I can see, would be
That's
immune...
the one you can see.
Would be immune to being charmed? Would I know anything about that?
You would not know. Well, give me an Arcana check.
20, not natural.
So you're fairly confident that there is a good chance they could be charmed.
Okay, good to know, and I guess my turn's done.
Okay, so now it is the gremlin's turn. Jacques yelled at them. McRibbon threatened them. He's scary. He's a scary being. So this little guy, gremlin number 2, is going to zap blue sparkling light up to the top of the table, and the cylindrical metal device here in the middle is going to lightning strike at Jacques.
What?
Jacques!
McRibbon's made of metal. McRibbon's covered in metal.
You're the one that yelled at him.
I mean, I yelled at his general vicinity.
Semantics.
You kind of really specifically targeted this guy.
That is 8 points of damage, and I need you to give me a strength saving throw.
I don't get to make like any save against this thing.
No.
So
It
that's
just zaps out at you.
oh, that's stupid. That strength is good though. I got an 18.
Okay, you're good there.
Phew, that's good because I have a -1 strength.
That was a really good throw.
Yeah,
So I
good
take
roll.
8 lightning damage. Okay.
Okay, so that was gremlin number 2. Gremlin number 3 is going to make a ranged spell attack, and it roll against McRibbon, and it rolls a 16.
That misses.
Okay, so you were going to see lightning shoot out and just fly by your head and go across and zap the back wall. And then gremlin number 1 is going to poof, move up to the front of the table from the back of the table in their neat little ride the lightning trick. And he's going to try and lightning jolt on Jacques. And that is a 16 to hit.
That's a hit. That's a hit.
That's 2 damage, and you are affected by contagious lightning, which means you must now succeed on a DC con save. I'm not going to tell you what you need to save.
That is a 16.
You saved. Or you would have attracted lightning for 1 minute.
Ooh.
So anytime there was a lightning spark, it would have gone right for you.
Yikes.
Okay, that's the gremlin's turn, so it is now McRibbon's turn.
Okay, so first thing I want to do, you said I saw these bells, and it looked like it might be something to do with the how the operation of the clock works. Can I mean, there's obviously just gears here, and then somewhere here along the clock face. By looking around, do I see any place that I think those bells may have been attached to?
Okay, so now I will tell you I regret bringing that up because I have absolutely no idea what the bells are supposed to do.
Okay.
Improv
clock-
time.
Yeah, it says the clock's disconnected. Solid bronze bells can be sold for 300 gold piece total, or if the characters do not connect them to the clock.
Okay, so do I see anything that looks like they were clearly removed from the clock?
Somewhere. I mean, your guess is as good as mine. We can figure that out together, I guess.
You have the ultimate power. Tell us where
Not
they...
enough imagination or clockwork knowledge to be able to figure that out.
Why does a clock face need bells anyway?
I have no idea. This is the entire amount of
It's not a bell
written
tower.
about these bells.
Well, some clocks chime, right?
In the description for what this cover table is, it says a pile of golden bells rests next to the table. The only other thing it says about these bells is the clock's disconnected. Solid bronze bells can be sold for 300 gold piece total if the characters do not reconnect them to the clock. Where?
Okay.
How?
Reconnect.
What do they do?
Where?
Yeah, so...
This whole thing has been like that. There's little bits of information that I have no clue what it actually means or what it's for.
They're probably for a chime mechanism or something, like when the clock strikes noon.
But why
or
would that
5
make
or-
the hands not work?
Yeah, that's a valid point.
So I just see the bells and I think they're valuable, but I would not. I mean, logically, I don't think I would think that has anything to do with fixing the time. So, the gear that's spinning around that Jacques went under, right? It looks like it's being driven from the main gear.
Which one are you talking about?
There's a shaft that comes out of the smaller gear up hitting the main wheel gear that's going into the table and turning.
Yes.
Okay, so it looks like it's being driven from the main gear and turning something underneath the table.
Yeah, it looks that way.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, and you said this was like a cloth covering the table?
Yes.
I'm going to grab the cloth.
I don't know what's under that.
Regardless, I'm going to grab the cloth with these 2 gremlins on it, and I'm going to pull it like, I'm pulling a tablecloth off with the things underneath without the intention of them still standing there when I'm done pulling the tablecloth. But to have them all go onto the floor is the idea, including the power supply.
Give me a strength check.
Yeah, how big is that power
there we go.
supply?
20, not natural.
Okay, so you grab the cloth, the gremlins tumble, and that, I guess it's like a giant battery kind of
Okay.
thing. It all falls onto the floor. Well, you're pulling it towards you, I assume?
Yes, I was pulling it towards me, yes.
It's gonna fall right at your feet then.
Okay.
I assume you will have to back up, or it will fall on your toes.
All right, that's fine. So as I pull it, what I'll do is I'll grab it and I'll just move backwards, and then as it falls off the table, I'll stop moving before I get to that shaft. So that's I'll use that as my action and also my movement.
Okay.
So basically pulling it onto the floor. So do they take any damage falling onto the floor?
Yeah, so Gremlin number 1 is going to take a little bit of damage. He's got a little bump. And Gremlin number 2 actually falls pretty hard. And he takes a considerable amount of damage.
I'll say, what's the name of the mayor?
Blake Lakely.
Bigby.
Bigby, yeah, thank you.
Mayor Bigby has requested you leave the tower. I will not ask again.
Jacques?
I will not ask at all! And I pull out both my whips, and I'm gonna whip the shit out of this Gremlin 3 little bastard in front of me. So 2 cracks. The second would be with my bonus action with my 2 weapon. Ugh, those are both bad. 14 and an 8.
14 hits.
Okay. So I unfortunately don't get sneak attack, but 6 slashing with my whip.
That hurt him pretty bad. He's cowering in the
I
corner
don't know
now.
why we're killing these things.
They tried to
attack him.
fry
Yeah,
me.
after you provoked it, they could have answers we need.
I didn't have, but I didn't have any weapons in my hands. I bonked my head and was clearly frustrated, and they took it out of context. So
Right.
I'm
We've asked
defending
politely
myself.
for them to leave.
I'm defending myself.
Yeah, but you asking them to leave, I don't know if that's the solution either. They might know information that we need. We came to get information, and you're shooing them away. I don't get it.
Drudge.
I'm with you. I'm not sure how Drudge would think about this, though.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, Drudge's next priority is making it over to where all this commotion is happening. It looks like if I were to kind of hug the eastern wall by the window there, I only need to go under one relatively small gear. Is that right?
Like a medium gear.
Medium-sized gear,
As
yeah.
opposed to cutting right through the middle where I'm going under multiple gears, including the massive one. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like a lot more crouching I'm going to need to be doing if I make a beeline right through the center of the room.
Yeah, there's a good chance your scarf won't get caught that way.
Yeah.
You are wearing a scarf, right?
Yes, I am.
I thought I have an ascot on.
An ascot.
You would have
Ooh.
an ascot.
Yes.
I just have a turtleneck because
Because you're practical.
That's right.
You lose a lot of heat through the neck.
Just like the shoulders.
Okay, so I'm going to move it as far as I can down on the eastern side of this room, the side that's got the window, and then as far as I can make it underneath this one medium-sized gear.
I think that's about
And
it.
give me either an athletics or an acrobatics check.
You're going to want to go acrobat.
10.
Yes, Emily?
So you go under this gear, and you misjudged the height, and you get caught in the tines and crushed between the two of them.
Define crush between the two of them.
You're dragged like the 10 feet into where the 2 gears meet.
So you need to give me a strength saving throw.
It's good. You're a paladin. You got this.
So I'm not proficient in strength saving throws, but I have a strength bonus.
Yep.
How does that work? I get no bonus then, right? If I don't have,
You add your strength.
You add
add
your
your strength.
strength modifier.
just not including proficiency. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 11.
Damn it, Bill!
Drudge is having a
gonna
rough
hurt
day
you.
with this gear.
You're taking 10 damage.
That's
What?
nothing. Drudge
You're
is.
restrained.
You have inspiration. I gave you it, right?
I used it when I did the short rest.
No, I gave you a second one. Just
Oh, you
this
did?
placed it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which you could have
can't
added
use
to
it
your
now.
dice, but now
You
that she
could
told
have.
you it's a fail.
Okay.
Okay.
That's 10 damage, and you're restrained.
Drudge is still hanging in there.
Okay, but next time you do a save, you can add a d6.
Sorry, I thought I used...
No, I gave you a second one
Okay.
when you were attacking the rubble pile.
Pam.
Will there ever be a point where the 5 of us in some orientation assemble as an effective party?
I don't know.
I'm gonna guess no.
Yeah. The stars don't seem to be lining up.
Okay, can I roll a check of some sort to see which gremlin looks the weakest?
Investigation?
Okay, like the most impressionable?
I don't think you can roll for that now.
Okay.
Well, there's one that's cowering.
I have a
He's
question, because
probably-
I'm not used to casting spells. So when I cast a spell, do I have to roll an attack thing or no? Like a...
It would say in your spell text.
It doesn't say anything.
Does it say anything about making a saving throw?
No, there's no saving throw or nothing. It's just as long as they can't be charmed. I was
What are you
thinking
doing?
about casting suggestion on one of these gremlins, so I can then suggest a course of activity limited to a sentence or two, and I can influence the creature as long as I can see and they can hear and understand me. As long as they can't be they can be charmed and aren't immune. Basically, they can then, for up to 8 hours, if I maintain concentration, do what I say.
There should be some kind of saving throw against
Yeah, it
that.
makes
There's
a wisdom
not.
saving throw. Yes, it continues on to the next page.
Oh, crying out loud. I missed half the spell. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, makes the wisdom save.
Wisdom saving throw.
So, what is that? Sorry.
They'll
Like
just
they do it against...
your spell save DC.
You know what? Gremlin number 3 started this whole thing by attacking Jack, so I'm going to target...
I'd argue that Jacques started the whole thing.
Well, to protect my Jack, I'm going to cast suggestion on Gremlin number 3.
Okay, it rolled a 6 for its wisdom save.
Oh yeah, my spell save DC is 13. So now I'm going to say
What kind of stuff can you say?
anything.
Pretty much anything except
long as it
causing
doesn't
to,
hurt
hurt
itself,
itself. Yeah.
Yeah, it says that I can't have it like stab itself, throw itself into the gears or something, whatever. The spell ends when the subject finishes what it's asked to do, so you have to give it like an overarching sort of thing, and you can specify conditions that will trigger a special activity. Like, for example, you might suggest that a knight give her war horse to the first beggar she meets. I don't know why that's an example, but anyway. And then if anyone damages this guy, gremlin number 3, the spell ends.
You have to say that in character so they know.
Okay, so I'm gonna look at gremlin number 3 and I'm gonna say, hey little guy, I don't mean any harm. We're just here to find out the real purpose of this tower and where the blue lights are coming from and why it's haunted, or if it's haunted and what's haunting it. Could you help us figure out the answer to those questions?
I don't recognize the voice that's saying that.
Oh, shoot. Dang. How did I forget that? Easy to do. I'm gonna... okay, so before I do this, then I'll be like, guys, don't harm this little guy by Jock. Don't harm him. And then I look over him and say, hey, little guy, we're just adventurers looking for some answers for Mayor Bigby. Maybe you could help us figure out where this blue light's coming from and what the true purpose of the towers are, and are they haunted? Are they really? And what's haunting them? We just need some answers. Could you help us find answers, please?
Okay.
And then I just again say, please, Jock, don't hurt him. Don't hurt him. It'll end. I know what I'm doing. No one hurt him.
Okay, so it is the gremlin's turn to act. The first gremlin is going to go from laying on the ground. He's going to go, this is our home! Why we leave? This is our home! The second gremlin's going to say, our clock tower now! This is ours! We're stay here! What you give us to leave? And the third one's going to go, we're the blue lights! It's no haunted, it's just us here! Just us!
Okay.
So basically they're asking you to give them something to leave, but they don't really want to leave because it's their home. It is now McRibbon's turn.
On the map there, it looks like there's a door that's in the floor. Is that actually there, or is it just...
I have absolutely no clue what that little door is. I'm going to guess it's like a trap door that goes down to the first floor.
Okay, is it there?
It is. It's there.
Okay. Does it look like I can open it?
Yeah, it's not locked or anything.
So first thing I'll say is, do you know, was it Genelin Geyer? Is that the name of it?
I said Geneline, yeah.
Are you in the services of Geneline Geyer?
Is that all you're going to say? I mean, it's not their turn.
Yeah, are they gonna...
They can't respond to you. It's not their turn.
Okay, then I'm going to ready my action, and if they say no, I'm going to open the door in the floor.
Okay. Jacques?
Pamela, what do you mean? Hey. I'm gonna holster my whips again. I say, okay, little Van, my apologies. Maybe I got out of hand here. The Metier family, they are nothing if not benevolent. So I shall not kill you now. And I guess that's it.
Okay. Drudge, you need to give me another strength saving throw.
Oh, hey, does anyone know where Judge is? Well, he's missing us as well.
And before you tell her the number so she can say if it's a success or failure, remember you can add a d6 if you want.
I will add a d6. Do I? Yeah, I might as well.
If it's really low, I don't know if you should, but...
Well,
It's
let's just say
medium.
if Drudge takes damage again from this, things are going to be looking a little bit dire.
What does an Asmar look like squished? That's 20.
No.
Yeah, it's 20.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Adjusted 20.
You get free of the gears.
Yes.
Does that take his whole turn, though?
That's his action. He can still move.
Okay. I'm going to do a cartwheel underneath that gear again.
I think maybe you should get on your hands and knees.
Yeah.
When I first made the check, did you make me make that check as crawling? Or, like, if I crawled, will I still have to make that check again to go underneath this gear?
If you're crawling, no.
No? Okay. Let's crawl. I think I've learned.
Half speed, though.
Drudge has learned his lesson. He has a bit more respect for these gears.
So you're right here, so next time you can be out. There you go.
Okay. That was a close one.
Pam.
I'm gonna look at gremlin number 1. Wait, which one was the one that McRibbon's been targeting? Number 1?
I haven't hit any of them yet.
Okay.
I just pulled them off the table.
Well, I'll look at one of the other gremlins, and I will try to cast suggestion on gremlin number 1 as well. So they have to do a wisdom save.
7.
Yes. Okay. Then I exclaimed to everybody, guys, the guy right in front, the other little guy, don't hurt him. It will ruin the spell. And then I look at him and I say, hey, little guy, we're just here to find out what's causing the blue light, which I guess is you. This is your home, and we're trying to find out what the purpose of this tower is, how it operates, and things for the mayor. Could you just please help us?
It is the gremlin's turn again. Gremlin number 1 will say, spell! The tower is to cast a spell. We make things. We play with what's left, and we make things to make the spell.
Are they going to respond to my question?
Yeah, so number 2 is going to say, I don't know who that is. And he's going to blink from here and go to the other side of the table. And 1's going to blink back over here. And 3 will blink back by the bells.
They're cornering themselves.
Each time one of them blinks, there's a flash of blue light. And the third one's going to say, this is our home! We don't want to leave, but what would you give us to leave? But we don't want to leave.
McRibbon, are you throwing that door open with your reaction?
No, yeah, you're right. I did say.
Well,
You said if
do
they
get
said
to
no,
choose.
and they said I don't know.
Sure, but you do get to choose whether or not you actually want to do it, right?
That-
You're not set in stone.
Yes. I'm going to flip that door open.
Okay. It's your turn.
And I see down. Do we see down into the floor below?
Sure, you see the floor below.
Okay.
30 feet below.
So it's my turn?
It is your turn.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going to. This battery thing is on the floor, right?
It is on the floor.
And it's still sparking?
It would still be sparking, but I would assume the gears probably would have stopped moving, so then Drudge wouldn't have been crushed.
So I'm going to grab the battery and move it over and teeter it on the edge of dropping it down to the next floor below.
Maybe Drudge just like smacked his head real hard.
The other thing is, like, the other party members, especially McRibs and Jocks, they would have heard and saw that Pam cast, like, some type of enchantment spell. So, like, why wouldn't McRibbon ask more questions? Because they're actually...
Because that's not how the suggestion spell works. Why?
Isn't it only your suggestion?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it says to help us... I said to help us find the answers.
Well, yes, I think Emily's being generous. Your suggestion is kind of in very open-ended, I think, is not quite as falls under the realm of the spell.
Well, once we have our answers,
Also, once you
the spell
cast a
ends.
suggestion on the second guy, the first one ends, right? Because it's a concentration. So.
Oh, dang it. Okay. Well, way to help me out and remember that. This is my first time spellcasting.
Well, I know. I'm sorry.
Terrible friends. You're not getting the Christmas card.
So to back up, as soon as I pulled the tablecloth off and everything fell onto the floor, the gears ground to a halt.
Well, let's think about this. Okay, so it doesn't specifically say what this metal cylinder is. It just says it sparks, which to me means it is powering the whole gear system.
Or the thing downstairs is powering everything.
Well, why would there be a gear from this little, or a shaft from this little gear to the table?
I don't know, but I think downstairs the main power shaft is going up to this power shaft, which turns the clock. From a gear perspective.
Yeah, it's almost like the thing downstairs might be charging this battery thing.
Exactly. That's sort of what I was thinking too.
So
It's sort of hooked another.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
So if it is either giving or getting power, it wouldn't just be laying on top of the table. So pulling the cloth shouldn't dislodge it. It should be somewhat plugged in.
Yeah,
See what I'm getting
know.
at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your call on how you want to do that.
That makes sense to me. If it's actually an integral part of this system and it's providing power or being charged.
You just don't want to be crushed.
Well, no. I think
Well,
there's...
no, because he still would have gotten crushed if it's still plugged in, because they wouldn't have fallen on the floor.
Yeah, I don't think the table... It'd probably be a heavy thing, and if it's fixed into
No,
some sort of port or something...
They have just mastered the technology of the placement transfer, like those little pads where you just put your phone on and it charges.
Oh,
You
yes.
don't even have to plug it in.
Wireless
I would
charging.
argue that the clock tower is being powered by this thing that's trapped down in the ball, and the ultimate goal was to obviously cast some kind of spell. So this gear mechanism is powering something on that table, which is going to be used to cast a spell. So
I just thought these little guys were putting their power into this thing. I mean,
yeah, something.
that thing
to do
hit
with
me
that
way
table.
harder than the little one did.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to remove whatever the item is that will potentially either let them cast whatever spell they're trying to cast, or cause some kind of a problem, because I'm going to leave it right there teetering on the edge, and then they're either going to cooperate or I will accidentally drop this thing down 30 feet, and that might solve the whole problem.
Right. Yeah, because that could be like the component of the spell, right? Or one of
It
one
would
of
fall
many
onto
components.
gears and get squished.
There's essentially nothing else in this room but gears. So I think it's got to be pretty important. Unless that magic tablecloth is what we're all been looking for all along. I think that's going to be...
Magic.
It is a really
carpet
nice
ride.
tablecloth.
Yeah, it probably is. I can throw that down there, too.
Like, how many scarves could you think we could get out of this table?
So that's my plan.
Funny,
I roll it over,
Jack.
and I have it on the edge of the door there, sort of teetering, so if they come to me, I can just kick it, and off it goes down. And I
Right,
want to
well,
see
number
what the
2 is
reaction's
still
gonna be.
under my spell. Number 3 is not.
Okay, so we'll say that it did come. The battery came loose, but the gears were still turning because of the gears downstairs.
Okay.
Okay.
But there is no more charge in this battery thing. It's no longer sparking.
Okay.
The gremlins are still occasionally sparking, and it is now Jacques' turn.
Pamela, I don't know what to do. I am not, for once, at a loss of words.
let's go out of initiative because they're not attacking. You guys aren't attacking
We
them.
can talk. Yeah.
Yeah. Jacques won't continue to attack.
Jack, look, my scarf. Ben is gonna kill me.
Drudge, you can make your way over.
Perhaps you can find someone to mend here, no?
Maybe.
Why you want us to leave? This is our home.
Oh, I don't want you to leave, kids. No. We don't want you to leave. We just want your help.
We help. What you need?
Well, you said this is helping you cast a spell. What do you mean? Can you elaborate?
And,
Do you know what that means,
please,
little guys?
Do not step too close, huh? Keep your distance.
You talking to me?
Yes, Pam, now without your scarf, your whole ensemble is ruined.
I know. I got it on sale, too. Well, I mean, he did, and then he gave it to me. I don't know. I don't even know anymore.
Pamela, you are so thrifty.
So this one little gremlin says, "Don't drop the battery. We need that. That gives us power over lightning."
Oh, over lightning. What do you mean?
Let's us have control over lightning. We shoot lightning.
Oh?
Yes, I know. Look at me. I am, how do they say, singed.
If they get within 5 feet of me, I'm going to start to teeter it off.
Don't drop it.
Hey, McRibs. Now, let's just listen here. Let's ask some more questions, okay? You're not asking questions anymore. Let's all work together to get the bottom of this.
What spell are you casting?
Lightning. We don't know. Lightning. We make lightning.
For what purpose?
We control lightning.
You did not build this tower. You cannot take residence in this tower. Take your tool and leave.
You give us a battery?
Yes.
We'll take the battery.
I step back away from it, but I stay about 5 foot away between battery and the hole. If anything funny business happens, they're both going in the hole.
Pam's
Okay,
gonna
so-
look at... Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna look at the one that's still under my suggestion spell and say, Tell me what's downstairs. What's in the orb? What's there? It seems like there's something trapped. Like, what do you know about that?
Don't know what's in the orb. Don't know.
Are you sure?
Don't know.
It's full of lightning, and you said you control lightning.
Yes, we zap down there, but we don't know.
Did there used to be 4 of yous and one of yous stuck down there?
No, just 3. And the gremlin number 3 is going to zap over to the battery and grab it and zap back to the table. Then all 3 of them are going to zap away, and you don't see them anymore.
Oh.
Gone.
Gone.
Could I,
And they left without the battery.
They left with the battery. Yep.
With the battery.
Yes.
Could I kind of retcon, like, whether I trusted that answer that he gave us and about them only being 3?
What would you like to do? Yeah.
Like, make a check of some sort to see if I thought that it seemed like he was telling the truth?
That's suspicious as soon as I said that. Yeah.
Give me a insight.
As an 8.
Oh, yeah, you totally believe him.
Perfect.
Do you say anything to us? Like, should we trust him or something so that we think about it?
Well, I'm not always the best judge of character, but I think I trust him.
I don't know. Guys, didn't it seem weird that I mentioned the trapped guy and they disappear? They took our battery! I mean, the battery.
This place is so confusing. My head, she still hurts. Huh?
Where it connects in with the clock face, does it look like there's anything obviously wrong that would keep this from working?
I don't know. Yes, you can look at it and you can deduce what's wrong and you fix it. Here's where my inexperience at DMing comes in.
So like we could find where these bells fit in and like attempt to repair.
Yeah.
It's like a bell-shaped slot.
Oh, well, obviously it goes here.
Oh,
this is
here we
labeled
go.
A and that's labeled B, so obviously it goes together.
Red lines up with black and black lines up with red, right? Cross your wires.
I think if nothing's changed since this battery's disappeared, There's nothing under the table. We don't see anything here other than the bells, which we sort of screw with. I think what we should do is to go... There's no more stairs going up.
No. This is it. You've seen the whole tower.
I'm going to say, let's head back downstairs and see what powers this. And
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, I don't know. It seems fishy that they took off with this battery after we asked them some questions, but maybe we just let the bad guys get away and the good guys trapped in the orb.
Well, we have all the information that we need. The place is not haunted. The purpose of this tower is to cast some kind of spell, and the blue lights are obviously the gremlins.
And
We've
you have the
achieved our
blueprints.
goal. Yep.
Oh, yeah, we got the blueprints. Mm-hmm.
Let's return to the mayor.
So do you guys
Yes.
want to roleplay out returning to the mayor, or you just want me to say you returned to the mayor, she took the blueprints, very grateful, and gave you 50 gold each?
Does anyone want to blow up
There
the
you go.
orb?
No.
I am quite curious of
I
the
forgot.
craft
I know
creature.
I'm curious, but I'm a good guy. I'm not.
Drudge is also curious about it, but he's not ready to, take a stab at it with his longsword or anything, so I'm not sure what else could be done. I tried to investigate it for an hour there. I was sitting by it and couldn't learn a whole lot about it.
Yeah, I think we're, as far as McRibbon's concerned, we've accomplished everything that we were getting paid to do, and there was no threat.
We
So-
would have never known if you guys would have killed them all. Just saying, okay? Words are good, okay? Sharing is caring.
I agree, McRibbon. You acted very rashly, huh?
Yeah, but we all needed the chill pill, and Mama Pam can provide the chill pill sometime.
Do you want to know what was in the sphere?
I think, yeah, I would, but I was going to say Drudge would definitely pass on the message that I think Drudge learned that there's potentially something trapped, right? I think Jacques relayed that. So I would have told that to the mayor, like, hey, I don't know what is in this sphere or how to get it out, but there seems to be a creature of some sort that doesn't seem malevolent, that's trapped in there and wants to be let free.
It is an air elemental.
That's what Leland said.
No,
I think you mentioned that.
M told us last time. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you had freed it, it would have granted you a boon, a wand of lightning bolts.
Oh, dang.
Oh.
But it's not integral to the working of this clock or anything like that. That's not...
Dang it,
It's-
you guys!
it's
I told you
trapped in
you had
there.
dynamite.
Yeah, but that wouldn't necessarily, like...
If you had dynamited the sphere, you would have killed it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. How were you supposed to get it free?
I don't know.
I guess we'll find out next time on the Incorrigible Party.
And that's our show. Our intro and outro music was created by Josh Jarvis. For your own musical inquiries, contact jamesmercymusic@gmail.com. All other music and ambient noise is courtesy of tabletopaudio.com. The Incorrigible Party is sponsored by Critical Hit Design. Visit criticalhitdesign.com for all of your graphic design needs. You can find more info on the characters and world at incorrigibleparty.com. Enjoying the show? Have any questions or rules corrections? Email us, contact@incorrigibleparty.com, or reach out on social media. The Incorrigible Party on Facebook and Instagram, @IncorrigiblePar on Twitter, using the hashtag AfterPartyIP for a shout out during our behind the screen after party episodes that drop every fourth release. Happy adventuring!